Hello YouTube, Magma Rhino here, and what I have is ice cream sandwich. This is the long-awaited update for Android. It just rolled out recently for the Asus Transformer. That would be today for the US. Yesterday Taiwan got it. I believe parts of Europe are getting it today too. But Asus said, I believe on their Twitter page, that the entire world, everybody who owns the original Asus Transformer will have the update by the end of this week. So I'm guessing that would mean by Friday or Saturday, next Friday or Saturday. Anyway, let me get into the update. There's been a ton of changes, so I will miss things. I'm not gonna lie. So let me just get over the basics first, as in the user interface, what has changed. First of all, when you're looking at your home screen, let me just change my wallpaper real quick. You notice now when you touch and hold, you only get wallpapers. I'm doing this so you can see other stuff a little bit better, just because it is lightly colored. You still have your little Google here, and you have your voice search. But now the voice search is a red circle-y thing. No big difference there. You will notice, though, that if you use your voice to type, it will automatically update as you speak. I might demonstrate that later if I have time. Up here you have a new indicator for which page you are on. So it's just a little kind of 5-dot setup with a square around the page you're at. Over here is your app drawer, and now you have your apps and your widgets all together. Oh, scroll over here. So the transition's different. As you can see, it's much smoother than before. It's actually incredibly smooth. I didn't expect it to be so good. But you know, you've about the same amount of app icons on here. And now you have your widgets in here too, so you can see them all nicely laid out like this. So I like this better. Some people don't, but I do. Also, something I should mention quick is that if you are rooted, you might not be able to update, which happened to me. In that case, you will have to unroot before you can update the ice cream sandwich. So it'll give you kind of a little Android error thing as it reboots to update, and that means that you will have to unroot and then update again. So that is a pain, but whatever. There's also no root for ice cream sandwich yet, so don't ask me. Moving on, over here you have still the same 3 icons on the bottom left, only now they have a different kind of glow when you touch them. So I mean, I like that. It's very nice and clean looking. Your recent apps looks the same, although I've noticed they pop up a lot quicker. There's no delay, and now you can close them off by swiping them away. And that's all you have to do to close off background apps. Over here you have your notification bar, and they did a lot to this. Now when you tap it, you have your notifications here. You have your toggles, wireless information, date and time, date and day of the week, time, battery, settings, the toggles, brightness settings, and then your notifications. Notifications work the same way. You can swipe them away. There's also a little X down here to clear all notifications and to minimize it, in case you have a lot and you don't feel like closing them all out like you had to before. So these toggles, you have auto rotate, enable or disable, Wi-Fi enable, disable, Bluetooth enable, disable. I can't see, oh, that's mute. You can mute it or unmute it. Auto sync in the background, and then GPS. Here for your brightness, you have the little slider like usual, and then you have an auto brightness toggle. Then you have the settings, which obviously takes you to settings, which I will go over the new stuff soon. But there is no more thing where you have to tap it to pop up and get everything, because it's just this. And I have to say, I like the layout, but I don't like the color. I think this blue is a little bit too bright for ice cream sandwich. I would prefer something a little bit darker blue that maybe isn't so blue. If that makes any sense, which it might not to you, but that's pretty much my only complaint with this update. Next, you'll notice that there is a new font, and this font is much, much cleaner than before. It might be hard to tell because I'm taking a video of the screen, but the font is new, and I like it so much better. It's a much nicer font, much easier to read, it's much cleaner. Next, settings. You have a whole new layout here, which makes it much easier to find your settings. First of all, Wi-Fi. You have a little toggle here, as well as if you just click to the left, it brings you into the Wi-Fi menu. Options and stuff up there. There is a new symbol for the menu options, or the added options, or whatever you call it. But there's the toggles here, which is nice. Data usage doesn't apply to a tablet, although it looks like it measures your usage over Wi-Fi, which is cool. So in case you cared, you could see how much memory you go through over a certain amount of time, just using your tablet. So while being completely pointless, that is kind of just fun. Next in more, you have airplane mode. Doesn't really apply to a tablet, just shuts off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Virtual private networks and tethering and portable hotspot. This is just built into the Android UI. I guess Asus didn't take it out, but you can't really use a portable hotspot because there is no 3G in the tablet. If you have the 3G transformer, you can, obviously, but there really isn't a reason to, because, I use my portable hotspot on my phone to get Wi-Fi on my tablet, so I don't know why you go the other way around, but whatever. Next, sound, same as before. Display, same as before. Storage, same as before. Battery is a little bit different. Nothing major, groundbreaking here. For some reason, it's not giving me battery stats. I might have to use it some more, though. Applications, same here, different colors. And then Asus has their little custom settings here, which it had almost all these before. They were just kind of a little more spread out or thrown into the apps section. But now they have their, not apps, advanced, I forget. I think there used to be a category called like applications, but they got rid of that. But these were all here before, so nothing new. Accounts and sync is the same. Location service is the same. Security, I was a little disappointed. I thought they would have the face unlock as part of the 4.0 UI, but they don't. That's only on the Galaxy Nexus. I really wanted to play around with that, but they don't. One thing they do have that, no, blah, blah, blah. One thing they have now is on the slide, go right to unlock or left to the camera, and I will get to the camera in a little bit. Language and input is pretty much the same. I think now you can have your own personal dictionary, which you couldn't before, but I forget. Backup restore the same. This is the same. Accessibility, you now don't even have the option to not install it. I believe it installs it on its own, but you don't have to enable it. Developer options, they've got a ton more here that you can use, although all of them I find pretty much pointless. But you got your default ones, or default regular ones. USB debugging, stay awake, mock locations, and desktop backup password. But now you can have flashing the screen when it updates, or showing your touches, which is just fun, but I don't like it. Show CPU, animation scales, kill backgrounds after you have a certain amount of tasks, stuff like that. And then the About tab, what's the same? Let's see what the Easter egg is. Oh, it's a little ice cream sandwich Android. Build number 9.2.1.11. So that is 4.0.3. And this is stock unrooted because you can't get rooted. This page is a little different, but it doesn't really matter. The loading symbols, as you can tell, are different now. They are now gray circles, which kind of interweave back and forth. And that replaces all of what used to be that little blue spinner. Alright, and that is all for settings. There are some new widgets, I believe. New apps built in are App Locker here, which you can set a master password, and you can lock certain apps so that whenever you try to open up those apps, you'll have to put in a password. So that's good if you have personal stuff in your emails. You don't want people reading them. You can lock your emails and contacts or whatever. Of course, there's new app icons, as you can clearly tell. Tons of new icons. Other than that, I believe Google Plus is now built in. Yeah, that's right. I almost forgot. The Google Plus app, as well as Messenger. Where is it? I forgot how to spell. There it is. Messenger for Google Plus. Those two are new. New setting symbol, but you know, already went over that. New widgets, Asus Task Manager, which is right here. It shows all the tasks you're running in the background, and you can do a one-click clean. I recommend you use this instead of those ones you can download from the market, because those actually tend to jam up the memory more. I mean, as you can tell, this doesn't exactly show it right away, but these are all closed. It's just kind of delayed. No big deal, though. All the other stuff we've had before. The new analog clock, I believe, it's a little bit different now. You now have Citrix Favorites, which I've never used. I don't even know what it is, quite honestly. Google Plus Photos, like before, Google Plus is all new. Google Plus Posts. This other stuff has been here before. And I think now you have the power control. Other than that, the rest of this stuff has been there. It might have been updated a little bit, but I've never really used it. I'm not using this MyZine thing, which it's pretty cool. It just shows all of your stuff in one place. Next, I'm going to get to the camera. I'm not actually going to show taking... Actually, I'll show one picture. One thing that I was a little disappointed with is there is no zero shutter lag on the rear-facing camera, because it has to focus. And there's no way to change the settings, as far as I know, so that it focuses beforehand. You know, when you're just looking, it automatically focuses, and then when you click, it's one click shutter. But on the front-facing camera, there is zero lag. Watch this. Taken. Oh, let me take another. So that's a really, really nice feature. It's pretty cool. It's definitely a good thing to have, although only having it on the front-facing camera is not really that helpful, which is a disappointment. There's now a zoom slider here, which is a lot easier to use. Flip the cameras you saw before. View the last picture quickly. And then you have your settings, which I like how it kind of spins around like that. It's really cool. But same as before, white balance, exposure, more settings like that. I really wish they would include a setting where it would have a focus before you took the picture. They might on some devices. This might not support it. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, down here you have video, and you have the slide panorama. And I'm going to take a slide panorama for you if I can. But here with the video, what's cool, they added some silly face settings, which I played around with, and they are really hilarious. I was using the front facing, just looking at myself with them, and I was just cracking up because I looked so stupid. Time-lapse, everything's the same, but they added a new 60-second, which is great if you like to take time-lapses of like full-day events, kind of watching the sky the whole day, stuff like that. I've done time-lapses before. They're a lot of fun. You can do some really cool stuff with it. But other than that, it's all the same, just a much neater layout. And now I'm going to try to take a slide panorama of my desk, which may not work so well. So I can't actually show you as I'm doing this because it's difficult enough to do this. But this thing just takes loads of photos. And stop it. So as you can see, that came out pretty nice. Very, very clean edges. There is no distortion, really. You know, when you're taking a 360, well, not 360 degree photo, but stuff like this, oh, that actually came out not so good. But, you know, keep in mind I was doing this on my desk, so there is a little bit of mess up in that one spot. But I accidentally tilted my tablet back, which is why that happened. So, you know, if you're doing this outside in a big open area, it's going to come out very, very nice as long as you go slow. New thing they have is photo editing. It is built in. Go to your settings, edit, and you can do highlighting, shadows, auto fix. Let's see how that does. That actually does pretty good. Effects. Let me just show you them real quick. Then kind of colory stuff, like make it negative. Then here there's a back and forward and a save. And then also they have these pretty, I guess you could say fun things around here. And then sharpening, which you can sharpen it a lot and you can just see all the pixels, which is pretty funky. But you know, that helps sometimes. Flip it, rotate it, straighten it, which is very cool. You know, if you ever take a picture and the thing's kind of sideways, you can just rotate it to fix it. And how it does that is it zooms in on the picture a little bit, so you're not getting any black edges, and it just rotates. So you will lose a little bit of the outside if you have to straighten it, but it's better to have a straight picture than a very far out crooked Eiffel Tower, even though that's supposed to be crooked. Let's see, I'm pretty sure I didn't cover everything. Wallpapers, there's some new ones. Actually, they're all new. This is what we used to have, you know, as far as the standard Asus Transformer wallpaper. Now they've given all these. This kind of dead tree sunset, winter, nighttime, sunrise, and kind of looks like an after the thunderstorm effect there. I like that one a lot. Other than that, some stock ice cream sandwich ones are, you know, blue lines, pinky and purpley circles, that kind of flowing thing, the spectrum, checkerboard, whatever you want to call these. But they're all very, very nice. They're much better than before. Before they were all just Android logos in different ways, and the honeycomb thing, and nothing too crazy, but I like these wallpapers a lot more. As far as live wallpapers go, you get... Oh, that's cool. I didn't actually see this. What all those pictures were are collaged together here, and depending on the time of day will depend on what you see here. That's really cool. So I like that a lot. So it's nighttime now, so it's showing the nighttime of the tree thing, and during the day it's the winter now, so I'm guessing it'll show the wintry tree, or I don't know, but that's pretty cool. Alright, let me get back. I'm distracted. I didn't actually see that before, which is why I'm so surprised. You have the regular My Water, and now you have My Water 2, which is has a dolphin in it and an island, and this also changes depending on the time of day. You have grass, which also changes depending on the time of day. It's just flowing grass. The spiral you had before, black hole, is new. It's just kind of a pretty cool black hole. When you scroll, it tilts a little. And then maps had before. Let's see. I know I'm forgetting something. Right. The file manager is new. Now you have... It's a little confusing at first, but, you know, once you get used to this, it is more efficient. Because on the left here, you have your storages, internal micro SD. If you have other things here, because you have a dock, they will show up here as well. You know, just tap them, then you get all the files here. Tap a folder, it'll go into your folder here. If you want to back out anywhere, you can just go quickly here. But the main reason I like this is because you have shortcuts to all your pictures, your camera, your music, and your downloads right here. Also, you tap and hold, you can drag these things wherever you want to drag them. So you no longer have to cut, go, and paste. You just drag and drop. So much better. And you can also highlight multiples and drag and drop them. So it's pretty good. You can actually highlight folders here. So if you do want to, say, erase this whole folder, you have to go here, find it, check it, and then delete. But, you know, no big deal there. You just have to get used to using this new user interface, and it is much better than before. Another thing that was updated was the app backup, which, you know, you don't use often, but as you can see, it just looks much nicer, much cleaner. It's pretty much all check kinds of things now, so you just check what you want, you check it, you no longer have to go into options and hit select all or whatever you had to do before. The browser is new too. I'm sorry this video is so long, but it's Ice Cream Sandwich, it's new. One thing I don't like about this is there's no way to select your user interface agent string, something like that. As you can see, it's not here like it used to be, so you have to hit request desktop site whenever you want the desktop site, which is a pain, but whatever, you know, you can deal with it. As far as loading and stuff goes, it's pretty much the same as before. Scrolling is a tiny bit smoother. It's very hard to tell on this, I know. Let me go to Engadget. But I believe your whole session, as long as you have it checked, it will stay checked, yeah. so it's not going to uncheck, so you'll always get the desktop site. Because as you can see here, it's still loading, and it's doing a pretty good job at scrolling. Let me stop it. So, scrolling is pretty good. There's a lot more, there's not a lot more stuff, but it's a lot neater as what you can do when you press and hold your finger on some things. It's not before where it's just kind of, it like hurts your eyes to look at all the options it gives you, but now it just seems like it's a lot. Everything is much, much cleaner with this new font. Any websites that have just like regular text like here, it uses the ice cream sandwich font, which is very nice. Another thing I've noticed with the dock is that using the shortcuts like Control-A, Control-X, Control-C, Control-V, all those are much, much quicker, much more responsive, and they work a lot more often than they did before. So it's a lot easier to use those little shortcuts. Let me see if there were any other apps that were updated real quick. Calculator is new, and it's very nice, and I'm liking it. I don't use it that often, but it's still good to have. I don't think Books was updated. I haven't gone in it yet, though. Nope. Also, I did a benchmark with Antutu. I did the standard performance benchmark on the old Transformer, which was rooted, but not overclocked, not anything like that. It scored 5,051, and now it's scoring 4,942. And yeah, I know that's a drop of 100 points. But keep in mind, this operating system has a lot more going on, so even though the score is lower, it is still going to be smoother. You're still going to have better performance out of it. I know that seems like kind of a contradiction, but just trust me, if you have it already or if you're waiting for it, you'll see that it is much smoother. Changing stuff like this. Changing pages is quicker, it's snappier. It's a little bit laggy at the moment, but it kind of has to cache everything first. And, oh right, I'm also running a live wallpaper now. Even though it's not changing, it's considered live, so for whatever reason it runs slow. But if I do this, as you can see, perfectly smooth. A lot snappier changing pages, which is nice. Let me try to do a speaking demo for you. Do they still have Polaris Office? They should. Yes. Alright, so, again, most of these apps haven't changed. Okay, this app changed. Okay, I'm going to take that back. I believe Asus updated many of their apps. But I don't know how to just make a new file now. I don't want to... Okay, here we go. New file. Make a little thing. And is there a way to... Oh my god. There's no little voice icon here. Why is there no... Alright, well I'm gonna have to get a... Oh wait, it's here. It's here. Okay. The cat went to the barn and picked up a new phone for itself on the floor of the catwalk. So as you can see, whoops, it is pretty good. It's pretty accurate. There's some minor flaws, like, as you can see, but it's pretty cool that it just kind of types as you talk. You no longer have to wait until you're done for everything to load. So, it really doesn't help with performance at all that it will update as you go, but it does just make it look better, and it makes it look like it is a lot more advanced than it actually is. As you can see as I'm going, there are some mistakes there, but nothing really major, and I am pretty far away from the mic, so that might be a reason for it. And why is it deleting everything? Okay, that must have been a glitch, because that was weird. Alright, I'm done. But yeah, when it makes mistakes, it goes back and erases it, but it must have just been glitched out. But that's pretty much it for this ice cream sandwich update. Yes, there are more things that I missed. I know there's things I missed, but come on, this is 25 minutes, and I've gone over almost everything. So if there's any little things that, or any major things that I forgot, I will put the link, not the link, I will put them in the description. Just let me know, guys. So thank you very, very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, and if you have ice cream sandwich, and if you love it, please give this video a big thumbs up. Comment below what you think about it. All that sort of stuff. Please subscribe. And do whatever you want to do to show your support. It means a lot. So thank you again for watching. I'll see you later.